Hi everyone, it's Donna Robertson with Fabric Cafe. Thanks for joining us for another virtual quilt show. And today we're going to talk about Get Her Done quilts. This was inspired by Clarinda. She wrote me an email yesterday, and we were chatting about which one of my patterns is the fastest. If you needed a quilt in a hurry, which one is the fastest? So she inspired me to do this, because sometimes pictures are deceiving. You might look at a quilt and pattern and you think, this looks really easy and I'd really like to make it in a hurry. But with my patterns, the way that I write the pattern and the way that I do the strip piecing, some of them are faster than others, even though all of my quilts are pretty quick and easy. Then this morning, Joy from Florida called me, and she said, I'm getting ready to do 14 quilts for my great-grand nieces and nephews. And she said, you are a lifesaver, because I'm going to use your patterns, because these patterns are going to be given to them for Christmas this year. So she has quite the little trek in front of her to make 14 quilts for these kids. Another time I had a lady that came in to the Plano show, and I'm sorry I do not remember her name, but if you're watching, I think this is a great story. This was in August one year, and she actually bought like 20 kits, and she was wanting me to go through and help her pick out the quilts and the patterns and everything. And she said, now these are Christmas presents for my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren. And she had 20 that she picked out, and she said they're getting them for Christmas this year. She had her own long arm quilter, so she was going to do her own quilting. But I thought 20 of them before Christmas was amazing in August. However, about 3 weeks later, she called me and got 10 more quilt kits, because she decided she thought of some other people. And when I saw her the next year in August, I said, did you get all those quilts done? And she said, yes, ma'am, I did. 30 quilts. So today I'm going to show you my top 6, did I tell you, or 7? 7, my top 7 quilts that you can make in a hurry. If you want to get her done, then these are the ones that I would recommend. First of all, this one is called the Big Picture quilt. Now the Big Picture is probably one of the very fastest ones that I have. The center of this quilt, you cut 34.5 inches of a regular fabric. And this particular one had kitty cats all over it. You know how crazy we are about cats around here. But I thought I'd show you this this fabric, because this would be a good one. And this one is on our website. It's just an adorable rabbit print. But can't you just see that in the center of this quilt pattern here? 34.5 inches is how you cut your center, and then you strip piece the border, and sew this one would go together in just a couple of hours. It's so quick and easy. Now this pattern is available on freecaringquiltpatterns.com. We also have it that you could buy it, but we do have it on the our free pattern site, so you can check it out there. Okay. Now
what's the number on that?
On the fabric. Well, let's just
so
look.
If you're wanting to find that, because they might like that.
It's going to be 551995. That's the fabric number. 551955. All right. Then the next one I want to show you, and you've seen this one a couple of times, but this is my next fastest quilt. So that's our fastest one if you want one in a real big hurry. This one is Checkmate. We've shown you this one before, but it is absolutely a fast one. And the reason is, let me put it up here so I can point. You're cutting this. This strip is the width of the fabric. I think I cut it at 40.5 inches. That way it comes out even with your 4-inch checkerboard. And this is all done in strip piecing. So this is just one big strip, and you've got 4 strips, and then I make my 4 patches, and they're all strip pieced. So this one would go together in maybe 4 to 5 hours. It's just really, really fast. Now that's even with the cutting. So this one is a very, very fast one. The other one's probably, and it depends a little bit on whether you're a fast, I put the pedal to the metal when I sew. I have to actually adjust my sewing machine down to the half, I push the little half button so it goes at half speed because I'll just go too fast. But Checkmate is my second fastest one. And Checkmate is available on our website. It's available as a pattern, a paper pattern. It's also available as a download. And here's the number, John, if you want to catch this. So it's available as a downloadable pattern. Remember that when you download a pattern, if you purchase a downloadable pattern, you have to have an account for us to send that pattern to. So make sure you set up a password protected account on our website, and then you can download your pattern whenever you want. And then we have the paper pattern that we'll mail to you if you want to purchase that. Or it's also in our 3-yard quilts for kids. So if you have this book, you already have the pattern for our Checkmate. We are in the throes of spring in East Texas. Okay, the next one that I want to show you. Now this particular fabric, we ran out of the brown. So I'm going to show you a different kit. It has the chickadees, and it has this little green sprig, and it's made with Sew Quick. Now Sew Quick pattern is absolutely our number 3. Most people can make this in about 5 to 6 hours. It has a big 10-inch block, and then it has a strip-pieced 4-patch that you make to go alongside. And this one goes super fast. It's excellent for beginner quilters for putting it together in a hurry. I've told y'all this story before, but I'm going to tell you again about my sister Judy, who retired, and she told me she wanted to make a quilt, and she had just gotten chickens, so I sent her chicken fabric and the Sew Quick pattern. And a couple of weeks later, she said, I got up this morning and decided to make that quilt. And she said, I made it in 6 hours. Is that like normal or something? I love that story. I said, well, you're just a super quilter and you didn't know it. So it was one of her first forays into quilting, and she did a great job and made her chicken quilt in about 6 hours, and it was one of her very first quilts. So it went together fast. This is the fabric. Now that one is made with the brown. We were kind of pulling out the brown in our nest with that one, but we ran out of the brown, and we created this new kit. It has this pretty green to replace the brown. And when we put this together, a couple of people in the office said, I think I like that one even better than the original. And it is really pretty. And this one's called Spring Forest 2. It's only $24 for this kit. You get the Sew Quick pattern free with the kit. Or if you want to download the book, it is available in the favorites. We do have that special where you can buy 3 kits and get a free book. And if you wanted, you can get this book free. We just provide a code for you to go in and download it. This is the pattern, Sew Quick Quilts. And that one is going to come free with your fabric. So a $24 kit, and it is Spring Forest 2.
So Elaine just shared with us that yes, this one does go together fast. She's made a couple for her grandkids.
Awesome. It's really pretty too. Thanks, Elaine. We'll put this one over here. The next one that is a fast one is the Porch Rails pattern. And this one's made with the Friends and Family fabric. That's one of my lines that I did with Quilting Treasures fabrics. And this one is super easy because, we'll put this down so you can see. You're going to do strip piecing, and you sew 3 pieces, the width of the fabric together, and then you cut that and you have your block. You set it in with a plain block, And voila, you've got, so this one is called Porch Rails, and it is my number 4 fastest. Is it 4? 1, 2. Okay, I can't count. So, no, we have this one. We had this one, so that was number
Okay.
1. So this is number 4. Tell somebody to keep track of how many I'm showing. This is the fabric.
Janet, that's your job.
Hi, Janet. Okay, this is the fabric for that. The beautiful Friends and Family fabric that's been so popular. And it comes in the purple with the 2 greens. And in case you've never noticed, on this little sprig, it has little purple berries. So that ties it together with the purple in the Friends and Family fabrics. And then I love the way this dot is just, it's nice and subtle, but it's such pretty, pretty fabric, even if I do say so myself. The pattern is Porch Rails. It'll come free when you order the kit, or if you order 3 kits, you can get the Pretty Darn Quick book, and that one has Porch Rails right here. Here's our little piece of paper. So this is the quilt kit code, and this one is a $34 one. We'll put that over here. Okay, am I up to number 5?
I think so.
The next one is Sweet Times. Sweet Times is super, super easy, and what a cute quilt. Looks really good. Has anybody made this one? Let us know if you've made this one. It is so much fun to make, not hard at all. You're going to cut the 10-inch blocks. That's what we have here is a 10-inch block. And I'm knocking things over. And then it has each block is bordered, and that would go very, very fast for you to border your blocks. And it is done with the Sweet Times pattern. This is from the Easy Peasy book, and it even has this fabric on the cover. It got to be the star. This is your information. It's called Pet Portraits. It's $29, and this is your code. It comes with the free pattern, Sweet Times, or if you buy 3 kits, you can get a book free, and that's easy peasy, 3-yard quilts. And it's done in a pink here, so a pink and gray. So just really cute. So this is my 5th quickest pattern to make.
SJ tells us she made this with Disney fabrics for her stepdaughter.
Oh, how fun.
Very easy.
Does she remember how long it took her?
We'll see if she tells us.
Okay, here's the fabric up close and personal if you want to see it. Just adorable. I like dogs, but I'm kind of partial to black kitties. I've had a couple of black kitties in my lifetime, and they're just precious. So this is the cute little fabric, fish bones, cute. And I love this wiggly, wavy stripe. That's really nice, and that's just together in this part of the fabric line. So super cute. So Pet Portraits, $29. Sweet Time pattern comes free when you buy the kit, or you can buy 3 kits, any 3 kits, and get Easy Peasy 3-Yard Quilts book. It has 8 different patterns in there. And we'll put this over here. Next we have Bold Blocks. Bold Blocks is a little different from some. It's kind of an asymmetrical. John keeps laughing because he can see what you're saying.
Yeah, SJ just told us it took her a weekend, but she has kids, so that's a miracle that she got it done that fast.
That's great. And it is, it's a miracle sometimes. He's not here, so I'm going to say it's a miracle I can get much done because I have a husband. No, I love my man. But it's amazing how much time they take.
And you know what he wants.
Okay, this one is called Bold Blocks, and I did this as a kind of a modern quilt kind of the asymmetrical look. And it's fun to put together. It only has borders on two sides. It almost ties with Sweet Times as far as the speed with which you could get this done. So this one is called Bold Blocks, and it would be my number 6 quilt as far as the speed with which you can get it done. So it's called Violet Gardens. This is also one of my fabric lines that I did with QT. And we'll look at this. And remember earlier I showed you the green sprig with the purple berries. Well, this one is a teal with the purple berries. And it has the coordinating fabrics. It's called Violet Gardens. Uses the bold block pattern. It comes free when you buy the kit. The kit's $34. Or if you want to do Pretty Darn Quick, yes, here's Pretty Darn Quick. I thought, did I forget to get that book? No, I did get it. I just forgot where I put it. Okay, so Pretty Darn Quick, 3-yard quilts, and it's the cover quilt. So that one, so you'd have 2 of these patterns that are super quick. This one is the porch rails, and here's the bold blocks. And this one's called Pretty Darn Quick because all of my quilts are pretty darn quick to make. So that one is Violet Gardens and Bold Blocks. And Bold Blocks is our 6th fastest quilt. Now the 7th one is available in Easy Does It 3-yard quilts. And it's called Overnight Sensation. This one is amazing. I called it an overnight sensation because I keep hearing about all these people that do the lock-ins and they sew all night. I'm too old for that. I want my bed at night. Okay, so this one's called Overnight Sensation. But if you're doing one of those lock-ins and sewing till late in the night, you can get this one finished in a hurry too. The big block is actually 16 inches. Let me put this up here and show you what I'm talking about. So this block is one big 4-patch, and it's got 8-inch blocks, and that's strip pieced. So I sew it all long strips, and then I cut it. So this is cut into a strip like so, and those blocks are just turned. So you've got this block, and it's just turned that way. It goes together so fast, and I called it Overnight Sensation, and most of these are probably tied one to another, which one it is that's the quickest and the easiest. This pattern is only available in this book, Easy Does It. It hasn't, a book has to be out about 2 years before we start bringing out the patterns, and then we do it slowly because there's such a large investment in doing one of the pattern books. But one of the big pleasures of the books is that you get 3 sizes. So this one has the lap, the twin, and the king queen. Every pattern in every book has multiple sizes. So be sure to check that out. And again, you can get a book free when you buy 3 kits. This one is called Overnight Sensation. It's from the book Easy Does It. Let me put this over here, and we'll look at the fabric up close. Okay.
Yeah, Felicia tells us she really likes that one.
Hi, Felicia. Okay, so this is Pretty Posies, and Felicia, it's Felicia Kordsmeyer, right?
No.
No?
Smith.
Smith. Oh, sorry, Felicia. Your package shipped today. Okay, Pretty Posies is $29, and it's 802008. Its town square is the substitute pattern. And in other words, this book's only available in the book. The pattern's only available in this book. But if you buy a kit, we will send you a free town square as the substitute pattern. Otherwise, buy 3 kits and you would get the pattern in the book. And that's free. So there you have it. If you want to get a quilt done and get it done in a hurry, then you'll want to do one of our 7 fastest quilts. And we really will think you'll agree with us when you make them up. So it's Donna Robertson with Fabric Cafe. and you have a great evening.